Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I have missed each of you so much, and I know it's been a while. I just want to say that I apologize for being away for several weeks. I had a lot going on. We had a family member die, and we had elections here in the U.S., and I think that was very emotional for everyone, just kind of going through the weight and the anxiety. And we still appear to be going through that. But I just had some other things going on too. And then there was work. But it was just, I just needed a breather. I just needed an emotional timeout to kind of get my self together and to be in a good frame of mind so I could deliver you the updates on what's going on with Harry and Meghan. So I want to again thank you for remaining with me, and I'll try to get back into my rhythm as quickly as possible. I hope everybody's doing well. I know it's still a difficult time for everyone, so I'm sending you out lots of love and prayers, and hope everybody is doing well. All right, let's get to the title. Today, just when you think their PR antics can't stoop any lower. Disclaimer. Full disclaimer can be found in the description box below, and I want to thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you all very much, and you're one of the reasons that I'm excited to be back today. And I want to send a special shout out and many thanks and lots of love to the shamzdontcare and community. I've got so many new friends there, and they're just wonderful people full of love and just wonderful spirit to them. So I just want to send them a special shout out and say thank you. I love you guys, and I appreciate you very much. This is just a little picture of one of my dogs, and I went out with a girlfriend a couple days ago and picked up a few Christmas items and got all three of my Yorkies a pair of these little holiday fleece pajamas, and I thought they were really cute, so I just wanted to share them with you. So now let's go ahead and we'll get started with the news. So Star reports Prince Harry's silence after Prince William backs BBC Princess Diana inquiry, and we've heard about that. This is about her interview that she did when she was alive with Martin Bashir, and how the BBC manipulated her and documents to get her to go along with this very open, frank interview. And now it's being investigated, and her brother Charles Spencer is one that had kind of coached her into saying, yeah, I think it's a good idea, you should do it. And we all know what a huge difference that it made, because immediately after she was removed, as her HRH status was removed, and then they were finally ordered to Diana and Charles to get a divorce. So Prince Harry has been accused of shying away from responsibilities and failing to stand by Prince William. His silence has sparked further doubt about the brothers' relationship. Well, we know they're not talking and not getting along, and why would they, with everything that Harry and Meghan has done? Prince Harry's been accused of silence that speaks volume about brothers. Prince William's openly backed a BBC inquiry into a famous interview with her mom, Princess Diana. The Duke of Sussex has been accused of failing to support his brother and spoke out about Martin Bashir's panorama interview with his mom, Princess Diana, in a statement earlier this week. So the insider says that Harry and Meghan, again, and this goes on back to the Remembrance service that they had with their paparazzi, and we think that the Netflix crew was there, and we know a lot of people who had loved ones who were buried there were simply outraged that this was allowed to be filmed and go on and used as a PR stunt, all because Harry was having a tantrum that he was not allowed to have someone lay a wreath for him at the Remembrance service in the UK. Well, if you're all aware, and I'm sure you are, of the protocol, none of the royals lay a wreath in honor of themselves. It's done in honor of different branches of the military, because Remembrance service is to remember those who have given their lives and who have fallen. And we want to remember that what they did and how they fought for everyone's freedom. So Harry pitched a fit over not being able to have a wreath laid, but William, Charles, his mother, Camilla, Catherine, none of them have a wreath laid again in their honor. It's done in honor of different branches of the military, and the royals simply lay the wreath in their honor. Not one of them is laying their own wreath with their own name on it. So let's get that straight too. And for any sugars out there listening, that's the facts. So, face criticism over photos of the private Remembrance Day tribute in a California cemetery after royal family public ceremony. So we know she had tons of pictures holding his hand and, laying the ugly green wreath that was there, and then picking a few hydrangeas or whatever from her yard. It was all a publicity stunt. And then she had what was it, $4,700 to $5,000 outfit on that immediately went up on Meghan Markle, $750 shoes. This is Meghan pushing Harry. Don't worry, if your family won't allow you to lay a wreath, then we'll go do our own thing. Let's not worry about them. And of course, there was a huge backlash, and immediately after, she's hired 2 new PR people, one that is a Instagram specialist and one that specializes in Pinterest. So again, this is the 11th and 12th PR person that they've had to hire. And because Harry and Meghan don't seem to take anybody's advice, it doesn't matter who they hire, because they're not going to change their image because they don't listen to anyone or take their advice. We all know that. They're the most disgusting, deplorable people, and how they got involved with the elections, that can't wait for March 31st to come and hope that the Queen strips their titles even sooner. It looks as though they're all getting fed up with it. There's rumors out there that about the court case, that now that she's admitting to, through supplying information to Omid and Carolyn for finding freedom through a third party, when she said she had nothing to do with it. And even after we saw Omid state that they were working with him and that she knew that the father's letter would be printed, then he comes out and backtracks and says, well, through a third party, we received information from Meghan. But this all came out because there were at least 49 examples in the book Finding Freedom that the court or the defense for the Mail on Sunday found that could not have been known unless it was given by Meghan or Harry directly, because it was private moments that were shared between them that nobody else was around. We're not stupid. We all know immediately when she didn't sue them for writing this book that, of course, they did it with her blessings. And we know that many of the things we recognized as the writings in it had to be written from Meghan's own words, because they described these personal moments that, again, no one else could have known about. So anyway, let's go on about this article. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are facing criticism for sharing photos of their private visit to Los Angeles National Cemetery. There were so many people I know that were outraged about this, that there was a beautiful letter written by someone whose family were all in the military, and how she was very disturbed that this was allowed to go on. And many people have contacted the Los Angeles Cemetery, and they said that they've received thousands of complaints that the cemetery allowed for them to have this PR stunt. And then it was also told that it was raining in that area and cloudy on that Sunday, the actual Remembrance Day, so that it had to be filmed either Saturday or Friday before. So they were pretending that it was on Remembrance Day, but the weather shown in the pictures does not correlate with the actual weather forecast and people who lived there in the area that stated what the weather was like that day. So, they're just deplorable. He was denied on the grounds that he is no longer representing the monarchy, according to the Times. That's wrong. The publication added that the Queen was not made aware of Harry's request. That's wrong, too. So with all the lies of the people who support these two deplorables, it's actually known that Harry was told that you don't lay a wreath on the personal behalf of anyone. It had nothing to do with him not being there. It had nothing to do with him not being a working royal. It had everything to do with the wreaths being layered in honor of each branch of the military, and only the royals are asked to carry the wreaths up. The wreaths are not in honor of them. So let's get this story straight, people, before you start reporting lies that are out there. Why don't you look into see what the real royal protocol is and what Remembrance Service actually stands for. So meanwhile, royal correspondent Richard Palmer wrote on Twitter, the rift between the palace and Harry and Meghan is likely to deepen again. Why the need to take a PR photographer and publicize your private act of remembrance? Well, and he goes on to say the rift between the palace and Harry and Meghan is likely to deepen again. Why the need for the PR? We all know why. Because Meghan is doing everything she can to change her image, because Netflix told her to clean it up. She's now being told that they're not the golden, headliners to be covered and featured on the cover of magazines because people won't buy it. People have boycotted Netflix because of their deal with Netflix, and people no longer want to see them on the cover because they know that it's just PR stunts and that they're not doing it out of genuine causes, and that they're jumping on any bandwagon that they can just to get their name out there. And people are fed up with it. We are going through a pandemic. We have gone through a anxiety-filled election and are still going through it. And for them to think that their reputation or their status in the public is the most important thing, you know what? They could disappear today and they would not be missed. That's the way we feel about it. Here is a beautiful picture of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II and inside the church, and it's the Remembrance Day poppies that are laid there on the plaque, and it is absolutely beautiful. And if you saw pictures of Kate and Camilla on the balconies, and if you saw the other royals that were there doing their duty with so much respect for the cause and not for public relations for themselves, they are the people who serve the people. They are there to serve for the monarchy and to bring light to different causes and to show respect. Unlike Meghan and Harry, they don't have a clue what respect is. The Mirror says Meghan Markle allowed acquaintance to give the true position to the biography authors. The Duchess of Sussex wanted to make sure that her father's narrative would be countered if it was included in Finding Freedom, a royal tell-all amid Scobie and Carolyn Duran, who Carolyn completely disappeared after this. I think she knew that this could be called up in the court case. She didn't want to have anything to do with it. Excuse me, let me get something to drink. So, the Duchess of Sussex made the claims in the new documents lodged with the High Court. See, again, she was caught in a lie, and I don't think there's any way she can win this case with the Mail on Sunday. She asked for an extension of approximately 9 to 10 months, probably because she's filming with Netflix. She's leading everyone to believe with that amount of time that she's pregnant. Right. We don't believe she was pregnant before. We believe there was a surrogate. We don't even know if Archie lives with them or if Archie lives with the mother who gave birth to them. So, concerned that the father's narrative about their abandoning him might be repeated in Finding Freedom, Meghan made sure her side of things was known. Of course she did. Rather than speaking to authors Omid Scobie or Carolyn Duran directly, she indicated that an acquaintance who she knew had been contacted by them could pass on the true position. I believe she spoke directly to them, and I believe that when they go through all of the text messages and during the time frame when all of this information was alleged to be passed over to them, that it will all come out. And I hope in January that Justice Warby does not give her a summary judgment. If he does, it will be not in her favor. It will be in favor of the Mail on Sunday, because there's too much evidence to show that she's untrustworthy, that she hasn't provided them 3 different occasions with the documents that the court requested. She kept having it postponed or extended by 2 weeks, 1 week, and then several more days, and didn't meet any of those deadlines. So I don't think the court's going to look very favorably on Miss Meghan. So, Meghan Markle hoped an acquaintance and approached by the authors of an unofficial biography would be correct and any misrepresentation. So, we also know that it was a hagiography, that it wasn't an unofficial biography, because if it was, it means that Meghan wouldn't have had anything to do with it. And we know at least 49 instances, and many more, in our opinions, that she did. Again, our opinion. She does not know what to do to extend or in what terms this item of information concerning her communications with her father was shared with the authors. Then we go on to find out we'll go on to that in just a moment. Associated Newspapers and the Mail on Sunday's publisher wholly denies the allegations, particularly the Duchess's claim that the letter was edited in any way that changed its meaning, and said that it was hotly contest the case, which they have, and they've been waiting for it to actually come to court when Meghan will have to take the witness box, and more than likely, in my opinion, she will perjure herself along with many of the 5 friends, because you can't tell both sides of the truth. There's one side of the truth, and we know that she keeps changing her version of the truth. Its lawyers claims Palisades helped the former Suits actress write the letter. She is trying to make us believe and turn this all against the monarchy and act like that it was their idea for her to write her father. I think she knew that she wanted to write her father because of what was going to come out, and she asked for some of these courtier aides to assist her, and therefore it also hurts her again because it breaches the privacy. If Harry knew about it, if her 5 friends knew about it, if the courtier that helped her write about it, and a few others that may have seen it before she finalized the document, then that means it wasn't a private letter after all. And of course, we know that it was released, or parts of it was released to People magazine, one of her favorites that will suit her narrative. But it says, then she shared the draft with her husband and Jason Knopf, at this point communications secretary. He still works for the Crown. He used to work for William and Kate, and also for Meghan and Harry. He is a valued member of the courtier staff and has been there for, I think, over 15 years. And he wouldn't have spoke out unless the palace gave him permission. And they may be now at their wits' end and just say, just provide the feedback. Tell them that you saw it. Don't hold anything that could be used or needed by the court of law. Mr. Koff provided feedback in the form of general ideas, the documents claim. Now, again, look at the publishers of these. These are People magazine and the ones that Meghan works with. So she's going to try to push their narrative. All right, so now we go on to a little different subject. This is about Frogmore Cottage. Princess Eugenie moves into Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's Frogmore Cottage home. I don't know that I believe that they ever paid back the refurbishing a renovation cost that they owed. What was it, 250,000 or pounds? And I don't know that it's actually owned by them. I don't believe it is. I don't believe they're paying rent on it monthly. But it says Princess Eugenie, who is expecting her first child, and Jack Brooksbank, her husband, previously resided in Kensington Palace's Ivy Cottage. So now the Queen has allowed them to move into Frogmore Cottage. So, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle's UK home as new residents. Princess Eugenie and her husband Jack have moved into the Duke and Duchess's Frogmore Cottage home in Windsor. People confirms. Frogmore is a private residence of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, and any arrangements is a matter for them. A Buckingham Palace spokesperson tells People Frogmore Cottage remains Meghan and Harry's UK residence. A source, but we know they're not coming back. A source stresses that the home remains Harry and Meghan's home, but that they are happy for it to be occupied by Harry's first cousin, who is expecting their first child early next year, and Jack. Frogmore Cottage continues. Skip that. Anyway, The Sun, which first broke the story, quoted a source who said, removal vans pitched up in the dead of night and cleared out the cottage. They definitely did not want to be seen. Emptying the home and handing over the keys to is a pretty strong sign that Harry and Meghan have no plans of ever returning. Yay, can I just clap for a minute for that? We don't want them back in the UK, and we don't want them in the US. Maybe they can go to J.E.'s private island and live there. So anyway, let's go on. And here they are. The lies, the lies, the lies. The despicable way that they disrespect countries, the way they respect humans, the way they respect traditions and values, and they want to write their own rule book. Well, then go ahead, but just can keep on walking and walk out of our lives, because you know what? We're tired of you. We're tired of the things that you do, the lies that you speak, the jumbled word salads that you get on different platforms and talk about. We're tired, done, fed up. Leave now already. So I want to thank you all for watching. Again, I appreciate subscribers. Again, thanks to Shams community. And I hope everyone's having a good week and getting a little excited about Thanksgiving and just knowing that you'll have a chance to be with a small group of friends or family. But sending you all lots of love. Thank you for your continued support. And please leave comments. Let me know what you think about this video and what you think is going on in Harry and Meghan's world. And everyone, have a great weekend, and I'll try to be back very soon. If you would, just keep me in your prayers, and I'll keep all of you in mind. Lots of love. Goodbye.